great athletes, the great movement makers. It's really what they do every day, because your days are your life in miniature. Thanks, Robert.
Deep pain that is either on the left abdominal area or the right side, or it could be in the back part called flank pain, which is usually going to be like a dull, achy like pain on one side. There's just a little tube between your kidney and then the bladder called a ureter, and a lot of times if the stone is stuck in there or right before that at the level of the kidney, that can back up pressure and you can feel pain, especially in the deeper part of your abdomen. So if you have this, what I would recommend is you start doing lemon juice, like at least 2 ounces with water. You can drink it down, fresh lemon or just lemon juice, because you need that citric acid to help it combine with the oxalates, which are the most common stone. Combine with that at least 2.5 liters of fluid a day, because that way you can prevent the supersaturation from happening. Another really good thing to take would be magnesium. I would take magnesium glycinate, and I would also avoid foods high in oxalates. Okay, that would be almonds and almond flour, chocolate, and spinach. Or number 7, an ulcer. Now, what kind of early warning signs would be an ulcer? Well, there's not really any early warning signs, but there are signs, because most of the time it's asymptomatic. If you have an ulcer, you're going to have pain or burning pain in your stomach area. You'll feel better when you eat. Now, when you get stomach pain, usually that's not an ulcer, that's indigestion, because you don't have enough stomach acid. And the remedy for that would be betaine hydrochloride. But if you have pain on an empty stomach and you have an ulcer, if you add betaine hydrochloride, which is an acid, that's going to make it worse, which then you'll know it's an acid, right? And the remedy for that would be wheatgrass juice powder with water, and then drink that down as a chlorophyll healing agent. Another good remedy would be zinc carnosine, whether you have an ulcer in the stomach or the small intestine. And then number 8, diabetes. Okay, what are some early warning signs of diabetes? It's very difficult for you to say the meal without being really sort of hungry. You may be hangry, which is kind of a combination of hungry and angry, irritated when you don't eat, and then you feel better or your nice are going to be around when you eat. You may also crave carbs. You may need a nap after you eat. You may also have puffy eyelids. You might have worsened vision. You even start to have this urinary frequency thing where you start to urinate more and you're more thirsty. And it just blows my mind what the medical patient does with diabetes. They give you medication to lower your blood sugar, but they don't change your diet. You need to get off carbs. You need to go lower, and you don't want to be eating all these snacks. You want to do intermittent fasting and a healthy version of the ketogenic diet. Now, I've done a lot of videos on how to use various clues to figure things out. If you have not seen this video, I think you'll be very interested in it.
6.
Gusto ko ganitong outfit, pero baka mahal.
7.
Sa Shopee na lang. Shop trend, fashion, and beauty deals for only 50 pesos and below on Shopee.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 12. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9. 20. 1. 2.
Grandfather paradox. If you use a time machine to stop your grandparents from meeting, you might prevent your own birth. But if you were never born, how could you have used the time machine in the first place? Achilles and the tortoise. Achilles, a fast runner, gives a tortoise a head start in a race. The paradox says Achilles will never pass the tortoise because every time Achilles reaches where the tortoise was, the tortoise has moved a little. It keeps going like this forever, making it seem like Achilles can't catch up. Ship of Theseus. You have a ship and you replace all its parts. Is it still the same ship? If you use the old parts to build another ship, which one is the original? Midas paradox. You have a heap of sand. If you remove one grain at a time, when does it stop being a heap? Barbershop paradox. In a town, the rule is the barber shaves those who don't shave themselves. But who shaves the barber? If he shaves himself, it breaks the rule. If he doesn't, he should be shaved according to the rule. Catch-22 paradox. Needing something you can only have if you don't need it. For example, a pilot can avoid dangerous flights if he's insane, but asking not to fly shows he's sane. Fermi paradox. If the universe is infinite, why haven't we seen any aliens? Opposite day paradox. If I say that it's an opposite day, is it Simpsons paradox? It occurs when a trend appears in different groups of data, but disappears or reverses when the group are combined. This shows that the overall conclusion can be opposite to the conclusions drawn from individual subgroups.
I found 10 easy AI side hustles that you can actually make money online with. And these are side hustles that you can make money with relatively quickly. They don't take a lot of skill. And we spent about 100 hours researching this one. So appreciate us doing all this to make sure that we always bring you the best possible content. Go ahead, hit that like button, and let's jump into it with number 1 on the list, which is going to be photo colorization or restoration. So photo colorization or restoration is basically where you have an old photo, maybe it was taken in the 1800s even, possibly 1900s, 1950s, and you want to make it come to life. You want to make it look better, less blurry, maybe add some color to it. And so in many cases, you might want to be able to see what your ancestors actually look like. Not just a really tiny, blurry, look like it was taken with a potato black and white picture. And luckily, there are some incredible AI tools. One of them, for instance, is Deep AI that you can do this with. And here's an example of an old picture of a train that's over 100 years old, and then they use Deep AI, they restored it, and it looks a lot more realistic and a lot better. And it's kind of like being the Harry Potter of photography. You basically wave your magic wand with monochrome memories, and you get to turn them from black and white to vibrant picturesque. So this is very easy and very simple to do. Literally all you have to do is take these pictures, make sure you have some kind of actual digital photo of them, upload them to the website, and it's going to just colorize them and basically just make them look better. Now the thing is, most people are not aware that this is a possibility, and so they would pay you really good money to do this in different contexts. So just as an example, this person who has a Fiverr gig has made at least $40,000 coloring and restoring old photos, and I can almost guarantee you that he used AI to do it. So here's kind of an example of an old photo. It looks like this might be like World War II. And then here is the colorized and restored version. So yeah, anyways, they've got over 2,200 ratings, which probably means they've got a lot more people that have actually worked with them, probably 4,000 to 6,000, because not everyone gets a rating. And their lowest level offering is $20. So they've likely made well over $100,000 from this gig. Now, in some cases, you might get a gig where you do a massive photo restoration project. So someone has like their entire family photo album, and they want all of the photos restored. And in that case, you can get paid hundreds or even thousands of dollars to do it. And it's not just Fiverr. I'm just using Fiverr as an example to show you how easy it is to get started with this. But what you'd want to do is basically just register to any AI colorization or restoration tool, build a portfolio of different restoration photos, display it on Fiverr, maybe get a few of your friends to buy your gigs and just pay them back, services, and then you're good to go. You're going to start getting people paying for your services, and you're going to start making money. So yeah, this one is pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and give it an opportunity score of 8.5 out of 10. And honestly, there's a million different random gigs on Fiverr that are similar to this, and it's worth it just to kind of go and browse different Fiverr gigs and just see what people are buying. Another one like that is
9. 10.
going to be background removal. So I have personally paid a ton of money to have other people do this. And basically, the reason I paid money for it is because I took a bunch of profile pictures that I can use on thumbnails, and then I basically wanted people to remove the background from it. Now, back then, it was a very tedious process to do that, and there were tools that did it automatically that weren't that good. But these days, they have AI tools that are actually really good at doing it. And there's a lot of other reasons that people would want to remove their backgrounds other than making thumbnails. I just give that as an example. So again, doing this is absolutely easy. Even a 12-year-old girl or boy can figure this out. You just upload the picture to a background removal tool, click a button, and it's done. Now, there's a bunch of different tools out there. There's removal.ai, there's remove.pc. Even Canva has an AI background remover. So you can see this guy, for instance, on Fiverr, he has over 784 reviews. That means he's probably served double or triple that amount of people. And his lowest level offering is $10. That means he's made at least $14,000 to $21,000 just from this offering alone. And again, this is super, super easy to do. And yeah, you can find these types of gigs on Upwork or Fiverr. And there's other ways of making money from it. You don't have to use Upwork or Fiverr, but it's just easy to get started there. You know, this person, for instance, has over 500 reviews. Their lowest level offering is $10, meaning they've made at least $5,000, probably more like $10,000 or $15,000, or even more than that, considering a lot of people probably bought the standard or the advanced package. So yeah, another example of one that you can get started with very easily. You don't have to have amazing skills. You just have to have basic skills and the ability to make a product or service on site. So I'll give this one an 8 out of 10. Next one is similar. It's going to be watermark removal. And this is basically where you're removing those annoying digital watermarks from photos. And there's several different sites you can do this with: watermarkremover.io, media.io, and Dr. Watermark, which the website is watermark.phd. And as you can see, there are a ton of people making a ton of money. So this guy, for instance, he has made well over $4,600, at least $4,600 doing this, because his lowest level package is $5, and he has over 900 reviews. So chances are he's made a lot more than that. That's the least. This guy as well, price his services at $15, so he probably made around $8,000 considering the amount of reviews he has. So basically, you know, a $15 starter package, he has 530 reviews. So at the bare minimum, he's making at least $8,000. So he's crushing. There's also the opposite service, which is adding watermarks, and that's a very popular category on Fiverr as well. But yeah, it's another one of those where you just download the AI, upload the photo, push button, and it's going to be good like 99% of the time. Once in a while, you have to go in there with Canva or Photoshop and just change a few little things here and there. But most of the time, AI is just going to do the work for you. So yeah, I'll go ahead and give this one a 7. 8.5 out of 10 opportunity score. It's pretty good. By the way, share this with a friend if you appreciate me giving you this premium content, us doing all of this research for these videos, finding how actual people are actually making money around the world. And yeah, maybe you share it with a friend, a family member, or someone who just needs to make some extra money. I don't have a big marketing team, so I like growing this channel grassroots where people just share it with others. So really appreciate that. Let's get into the next one on the list, which is going to be publishing children's books. So have you ever thought about turning bedtime stories into a gold mine? Well, brace yourself for a whimsical journey into the land of digital narratives. Welcome to the world of publishing children's books, where crafting a children's dreams is not just a bedtime routine, it's an AI side hustle that actually makes money. Now, interestingly enough, the demand for publishing children's books is ever growing. It's expected that children's population will grow to 74.6 million this year, according to the website Child Stats, which is a huge market, even if it's shared with competitors. But you can see buying stuff for children is a super lucrative market. I mean, one of the biggest YouTubers is Ryan's Toys Reviews, and he makes more money than like 99.999% of YouTubers. I think they make over $20 million a year. And a fun fact here is the world's first AI-generated children's book was called Alice and Sparkle, and this was completely AI-generated, and it was made using ChatGPT and Midjourney. And if you don't believe that people are making money from this, there's a YouTube video of this kid who made $1 million in ChatGPT-generated books. And there's an article from a blogger that actually tried this side hustle out, and it's called I Just Sold My First AI-Generated Children's Book on Amazon KDP. And the first line of the article is, it sold the day after it went live, and I'm no marketing guru. And this is a picture of the book. It's called, I think, Shelby Crab and the Coconuts. And you can tell she's no marketing guru because you can barely read the yellow text, and it's still sold. This one, for instance, got 3,000 reviews, and it sold for $13. And that's $39,000 of sales for a single storybook. And keep in mind, not everybody who buys it reviews it. So there's probably only 1 out of 5 people who buy actually review. So it probably made a lot more money than that. So in order to get started, first step would be to conduct some simple market research on what types of things are actually selling online. You don't want to make something that nobody's buying. And then you can get ideas from other successful sellers. And then typically, it's not a good idea to copy them because they already have such a huge advantage. What you want to do is just change a few things here and there to make it unique. So it's okay to kind of steal the general idea, but make sure you change things to make it even better. Then you want to use ChatGPT and Midjourney to start coming up with the words and the images that are going to go into the book. Then you want to develop your prompting skills. Developing prompting skills is going to be the most important thing. Then you want to do a quality control check at the end once it's made the entire book. Create an account on Amazon, list your product, and price accordingly. And you might want to do some marketing efforts such as, once it gets taken on terms and services, then having some people buy it. And then also maybe posting it on different websites just to get the ball rolling. But yeah, this is a really good opportunity. I also see people doing this with coloring books, and people are just crushing it, making tons of money online right now. So I'm going to go ahead and give this one a 9 out of 10 opportunities. Next is going...
feels more challenging. Gatorade hydrates better than water and helps improve performance. Gatorade pulls you forward. My turn at last. God bless. Please be Rome. Please, please.
Rome is a joke. Rome is a joke. I think it is.
There's no soul in this region, but I'll just grow quietly. To begin with, let's cut some trees. Build them houses and sheds. Who would have thought there's a gold mine?
To be blogging. So blogging is kind of a making money online. There's many different ways of making money with blogging as well. Because what you're doing is you're going to be writing articles, and typically these are going to be SEO optimized articles. So that basically means that they're search engine friendly. Now this has been a great way to make money for the last 20 years. And honestly, it's still really good to this day. There's many different ways you can make money from this. You could start your own blog, for instance. Chances are you wouldn't be able to make money for a long period of time, though. You could also work as a freelancer, writing on other people's blogs. There's also different websites, where if you write a really good article and a bunch of people view it, they'll actually pay you, similar to making a YouTube video and then YouTube paying you. And there's a story of this guy who launched his blog about 3 years ago. He's already making over $300,000 pay a month from it. Now, where AI comes to the picture, this is where it gets interesting. Google is saying that they're cracking down on AI-generated content. However, from a lot of the SEO professionals I've talked to, in many cases, they haven't really cracked down on that much yet. So there's many people that are just making tons of SEO AI-generated content, and they've been making tons of money from it, and they haven't gotten any repercussions from Google. And I think at the end of the day, Google only cares if your content is